Welcome back to the deep dive. We have a stack of research today that I think is going to hit very close to home for a specific slice of our listeners.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
If you run a nonprofit or you sit on a board or even if you just volunteer, you know that the hardest part of the job often isn't the mission itself.
No, it really is.
It's not feeding the hungry or saving
Yes.
the whales or organizing the community garden.
Right. The mission is the fuel. That's the part that actually keeps you going when things get really tough.
Exactly. The part that stops you. It's the morning routine.
The login lap.
The login lab. I love that.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
Picture this, and this is drawn directly from the sources we're looking at today. You are an executive director of a small nonprofit. You sit down with your coffee. You're ready to change the world.
Sounds great.
But first you open MailChimp to see if the newsletter went out.
Right.
Then you open a massive, terrifying Excel spreadsheet to see who donated last week.
And the spreadsheets?
Then it's over to Calendly to fix a meeting. Then PayPal to check balances. Then maybe Salesforce or Little Green Light if you're feeling fancy.
And by the time you've just checked the status of everything, you're an hour into your day.
Yep.
And you haven't actually done anything yet. You haven't called a donor. You haven't helped a beneficiary.
It's exhausting just describing it. But the sources we're looking at today argue that this isn't just a nuisance. It's a pathology. They call it tool overload.
Tool overload, yeah.
And for small nonprofits, we're talking under 200 employees.
Mm-hmm.
This is essentially the silent killer of impact.
I mean, silent killer sounds a bit dramatic, but when you actually look at the numbers we have in front of us, it completely holds up.
It does.
We are diving into data regarding a solution called MissionReady, and this is by Growth Rate Solutions.
Right.
But to understand the cure, we really have to understand the disease here.
The fragmentation.
Exactly. The data shows that this fragmentation, having your data spread out in 5 different places, is costing these small organizations anywhere between $700 and $4,000 a month.
Just in subscription fees.
Just in fees. You're paying for the email tool, the text message tool, the CRM, the social scheduler, the form builder. It adds up so fast.
$4,000 a month is a whole salary.
It is, but honestly, the money is the least of it. The stat that really made me drop my pen was the time cost.
Yeah, I saw that in the report. 8 to 12 hours a week.
Per staff member.
That is just...
Glowing, right?
Let's contextualize that for a second.
Right.
If you work a standard 40-hour week, that is more than one full day. It's approaching a day and a half, just lost to the void.
Right. And it's not time spent brainstorming strategy or having coffee with a major donor.
Wow.
It's what economists call a toggle tax.
The switching tabs.
Switching tabs, exporting a CSV file from PayPal, trying to format the columns, trying to upload it to the email list.
Only to realize the formatting is wrong and it crashes.
Exactly. It's just administrative friction.
So today our deep dive is really focusing on a shift in the market. We're looking at how the industry is trying to solve this Frankenstein software problem.
Yeah, the duct tape approach.
Right. Specifically, we're analyzing MissionReady, which is pitching itself as an all-in-one automation platform built specifically for these smaller organizations.
And the claim here is big. They aren't just saying, hey, we're a better database.
Right.
They're saying they can turn that admin chaos into actual mission impact.
So let's look at the how
Right.
and the economics of it and whether automation actually works in a sector that relies so heavily on human connection.
It's a great question. Let's start with the landscape. Like, why is this happening? Why do nonprofits end up with this Frankenstein stack of software in the first place? Is it just bad planning?
Well, you'd think so, but rarely. It's actually a market failure.
Okay, explain that.
If you look at the software landscape, it's shaped like a barbell. On one end, you have the giants, Salesforce, Blackbaud, Razor's Edge.
Incredible tools. Very powerful.
Very powerful, but they come with a price tag to match.
Huge price tags. And more importantly, huge complexity.
Yeah, you practically need a PhD in database management to run a Salesforce instance properly.
Totally. If you're a team of 5 people, you cannot afford a full-time IT admin just to keep your database running.
So they run to the other end of the spectrum.
Exactly. They go to the budget tools, things like Little Green Light, or honestly, just Google Sheets.
Right.
These are affordable, they are easy to use, but they're dumb.
Dumb. In what sense?
They're digital filing cabinets. They store information. You put a name in, it stays there. It doesn't actually do anything.
It's just static.
Right. If you want to email that person, you have to take the name out manually, put it into an email tool. If you want to text them, you move it to a text tool.
And that gap between the storage and the action That's where you lose those 12 hours a week.
Precisely. And that's where the Frankenstein comes in.
Yeah.
You're duct taping these budget tools together, trying to simulate an enterprise system.
So MissionReady is positioning itself right in the middle, what business strategists call a blue ocean.
Right.
The premise is simple. One platform, one login, one affordable monthly price.
The all-in-one promise. We hear that a lot in tech, right? We do everything.
And usually that means we do everything poorly.
That is the risk.
Right.
Jack of all trades, master of none. But in the nonprofit space, the integration itself is actually more valuable than the individual feature depth.
Oh, that makes sense.
MissionReady combines the CRM, so your donor database, with the email marketing tool, the SMS platform, the donation forms, social media scheduling, and the calendar. All in one.
So when a donor gives money, the email system already knows.
Instantly. Because they live in the exact same house. You don't have to introduce them to each other.
Okay, well, that sounds convenient. But convenience is a luxury. Nonprofits need actual results.
Right.
And we have some documented performance data here on what happens after an organization switches to this mission-ready system. And I want to push on these numbers because some of them look, well, very optimistic.
They are strong numbers. Let's look at donor retention first. The data shows a 35% increase in donor retention within the first 90 days of switching.
35% is massive.
Yeah.
In the nonprofit world, retention is usually a leaky bucket.
Oh, yeah.
Why does changing software suddenly plug the hole?
Because of the speed of acknowledgement.
Mm.
The number one reason a donor doesn't give a second time is that they didn't feel appreciated the first time.
That makes perfect sense.
Right. In a manual system, the ED might not get around to sending a thank you letter for a week.
Because they're doing the login laugh.
Exactly. With MissionReady, the acknowledgement is immediate and it's personal.
Okay. We also see a 28% increase in average donation size. How does software influence how much I decide to write a check for?
Segmentation.
Okay.
If you treat every donor the same, you get generic results. If you know that donor A cares about clean water and donor B cares about girls' education, and you can automatically send them stories about those specific things, they give more.
Because it resonates.
Yes. The system allows that segmentation without you having to manually sort through spreadsheets.
And then there's the email open rate, 50% on campaign communications.
Which is double the industry average.
Easily double. Most people are thrilled with 20%.
Again, it's about relevance. You aren't blasting the whole list. You're automating targeted messages.
Wow.
And financially, the ROI they're reporting is $4 returned for every $1 invested in the automation.
That is a compelling metric. If I give you $1, you give me back $4. But I want to circle back to the how. You mentioned automation is the secret sauce here.
Yes.
But to a lot of people, especially in this sector, automation sounds cold. It sounds like robocalls.
It's a very valid fear. You do not want to automate a real human relationship.
Right.
But think of it this way. Automation isn't about replacing the human. It's about replacing the admin. It's the difference between a storage unit and a factory.
Oh, I like that. Unpack that analogy for me.
So a storage unit just holds your stuff right. A factory takes raw materials and turns them into something valuable.
Okay.
MissionReady is a factory. The raw material is the new donor. The output is a loyal partner.
So walk me through an actual workflow. A donor, let's call him Steve, clicks donate on the website. In the old world, he gets a generic receipt from PayPal. What happens in the MissionReady world?
In the MissionReady world, Steve's donation triggers a pre-built workflow. It's called a new donor welcome series.
Okay.
Minute 1, Steve gets a personalized branded thank you email, not a receipt, a real letter.
Right.
Day 7, the system automatically sends Steve a story, maybe a video link showing exactly where his money went, saying, here's the family you helped.
Wow.
Day 30, he gets an impact update.
And the executive director didn't sit down and type any of these?
No. The director built the sequence once, and now it runs for every Steve, every day, forever.
That's incredible.
The director could be asleep, they could be in a board meeting, they could be, heaven forbid, taking a day off.
Imagine that.
Right. But the relationship building continues in the background.
That's the key right there. Consistency. Humans are bad at consistency. We get busy, we get sick, we burn out. The software doesn't have bad days.
That's the logical conclusion. And it works for the opposite problem, too. Lapsed donors?
The ghosts.
The ghosts. Usually you don't realize a donor has stopped giving until you do your end-of-year audit right.
Yeah, you're looking back saying, oh, no, Sarah didn't give this year.
And by then it's too late. MissionReady has a we miss you protocol. If a donor hasn't interacted in, say, 9 to 12 months, the system wakes up, It flags them. It sends a gentle re-engagement sequence to warm them back up automatically.
I see a note in the sources here about semi-automation. Because sometimes you do want a human involved, right? Like, if someone donates $5,000, I don't want a robot thanking them.
Crucial point, you don't automate the high-touch stuff. MissionReady can actually distinguish based on value. So if the donation is under $100, send the automated email series. If the donation is over $1,000, the system stops and creates a task.
Oh, that prompts you.
It pings the director. Call Sarah Smith today, she just gave $1,000.
So it basically creates a prioritized to-do list for you, ensuring the big fish don't slip through the cracks.
It ensures the human spends their very limited time on the highest value interactions.
Okay, that makes total sense operationally. But let's talk about the business model. Because another huge pain point for nonprofits is that software companies love to penalize you for growing.
Oh, the success tax.
Exactly. Oh, you have 500 new contacts. That'll be an extra $200 a month.
Growth Right Solutions seems to have totally rejected that model.
Which is refreshing.
Very. They have structured this into 3 tiers, but they are service tiers, not really feature caps in the traditional sense.
Let's break them down for the listeners. Tier 1 is Do It With You or DIWU.
Right. This is priced at $397 a month. Now, for a very small nonprofit, that might sound like a real line item.
Sure.
But remember the consolidation. You're canceling MailChimp. You're canceling Calendly, the CRM, the text tool.
So it might actually be net neutral or even cheaper.
Often it's cheaper. And this tier is really for the DIY plus safety net organization.
What does that mean exactly?
It's for the nonprofit that maybe has one highly technical employee dedicated to their tech. You get full access to the entire platform, unlimited contacts, unlimited users.
Wait, unlimited contacts at $397? Most CRMs charge per record. That gets expensive fast.
Exactly. You get the donor, CRM, email, SMS, the custom workflows, forms, scheduling, reputation management, all of it.
Okay.
But it is Do It With You. You do get a dedicated human success partner and a quarterly strategy call to keep you on track, but you are the primary operator.
Okay, got it. Then we have Tier 2. The notes here say this is the most popular.
This is the Done For You tier, or GFY, $797 a month.
Oh.
This is a fundamental shift. This is for the team that says we want to stop doing marketing and focus entirely on our mission.
Which is probably 90% of them.
Easily. At this level, the Growth Right Solutions team basically becomes your marketing department.
Seriously.
Yeah, with your input and approval, they build and manage your donor campaigns. They write and send the monthly newsletter.
They write it.
They write it. They handle the social media content calendar. They run the donor journey automation from start to finish.
Wait, so for $797 a month, you're essentially outsourcing a whole employee.
Try hiring a marketing director for $800 a month.
You can't. You couldn't even hire an intern for that.
Exactly. So the value proposition here is just massive. You get everything in the first tier, plus biweekly strategy calls, quarterly donor retention reviews, and priority support.
That's huge.
And the data shows this specific tier improves first-time donor retention by up to 30%.
Just because the consistency is finally there?
Because it's guaranteed. It happens no matter how busy you get.
Because if a nonprofit goes silent for 3 months, I assume they either went out of business or they don't need my money anymore.
Right out of sight, out of mind.
Okay. Then there is the top tier, the heavyweight. Done For You Premier.
Yeah.
$1,297 a month.
This feels like the enterprise level. This is for the nonprofit that is ready to operate like a fully staffed development team without the actual overhead of hiring one.
Makes sense.
The big differentiator here is the AI advantage.
Okay, stop there. AI chatbot usually means a frustrating little bubble that just tells me to check the FAQ page.
I know. We all hate those. But this is different. This is a custom AI chatbot trained specifically on your mission and your programs.
Oh, wow.
So if a volunteer goes to your site at 8 p.m. on a Sunday and asks, where do I park for the gala tomorrow? Or do you accept winter clothing donations right now?
The AI answers it.
It answers correctly and instantly 24 hours a day. It also includes an AI voice agent that handles donor inquiries around the clock.
So it handles all that Tier 1 noise.
Exactly. It frees up your human staff to handle the complex, nuanced donor issues. Plus, this tier adds grant opportunity monitoring.
Oh, that's great.
And an automated board reporting dashboard.
Okay, that board reporting feature is huge. I know EDs who lose 3 full days a month just prepping the slide deck for their board meeting.
This dashboard basically does it for them. Here's the revenue, here is the retention, here is the impact. Click, print, done.
So you're literally buying back 3 days of your life.
Basically. Plus, you get weekly strategy calls with your dedicated success partner and a direct line for when something urgent comes up. It really is enterprise-level capability at a fraction of the cost.
That brings me to the final pillar of this deep dive. We've talked about tech automation AI bots. It all feels very Silicon Valley.
Right.
But nonprofits are human-centric. That's the
Right.
whole point. How does MissionReady avoid the tech trap, where you buy the software, then you just never talk to a human being again?
That is the #1 complaint in SaaS, right? Software as a service. You buy the tool, you get stuck, you submit a help desk ticket, and you wait 48 hours for an email that says, have you tried clearing your cache?
Or you get a chat bot that just loops you in circles forever.
Exactly. MissionReady seems to have really recognized this vulnerability. Their key differentiator is what they call the human success partner.
Okay.
Every single client, even at that lowest tier, gets a dedicated MissionReady human success development manager.
A real name and a face.
A real person, someone who actually understands nonprofit operations.
That's rare.
Very rare. So if you're struggling with a campaign, you aren't asking a tech support rep how to click a button. You're asking a partner how to strategize.
That seems vital. Nonprofit work is emotional. It's high stakes. If your donation page goes down on Giving Tuesday, that's a genuine crisis. You need to know exactly who to call.
And you need to know that they care about your mission. That combination, the all-in-one tech stack plus the human safety net, is really what separates this from just buying a regular subscription to a massive CRM.
And the pricing model reinforces that stability too. It's a fixed monthly price.
Predictability is everything for nonprofit budgeting.
Oh, yeah.
You know exactly what the bill will be in January and in December, regardless of how many donors you acquire or how many employees you add. The platform provides unlimited use of all functions. No surprises.
So let's zoom out and synthesize this for the listener. We started with the silent killer tool overload.
Right.
The exhausted leader just drowning in passwords and spreadsheets and disconnected platforms.
Losing those 12 hours a week.
Right. And we've walked through a solution MissionReady that consolidates all that chaos. It turns the storage unit database into a factory of engagement.
I love that factory analogy.
It automates the busy work so the humans can actually do the human work.
And it offers a real exit ramp from admin hell.
So for the board member listening to this while driving, or the executive director listening while doing the dishes, what is the move? If they are nodding along saying, yeah, that's my life, what do they do next?
Well, you need clarity first. You need to know if you are actually suffering from tool overload or if your current setup is doing okay. Growth Right Solutions has a diagnostic tool specifically for this.
A diagnostic, like a quiz?
It's called the MissionReady Scorecard. You can find it at nonprofit.growthrightsolutions.com.
Is this just a sales call in disguise?
No, it's a genuine scorecard. It takes about 5 minutes. It asks you questions about your current stat, your time usage, your donor retention.
Okay.
And it spits out a reality check. It shows you exactly where your nonprofit stands and what automation could actually do for your specific mission.
So it's a way to see the gap between where you are and where you could be.
Precisely. It is completely free. It's instant. There's no obligation. It's just giving you clarity about your own operations.
Nonprofit.growthrightsolutions.com. Go take the MissionReady scorecard. It seems like a very low-risk way to see if you can reclaim those 12 hours.
And that's really the thought I want to leave everyone with today. In the corporate world, time saved is just efficiency.
It's profit margin.
Right. But in the nonprofit world, time saved is impact. That 12 hours isn't just free time. It's 12 hours of feeding people, healing people, helping people.
Time saved is lives changed.
That's exactly it.
And it makes you wonder what your true capacity could be if the admin burden was just zero. Imagine if the greatest innovation in your nonprofit's history isn't some flashy new fundraising tactic, but simply getting your own time back.
So that's a powerful way to look at it.
A great place to leave it. Thanks for taking us through this ecosystem.
Always a pleasure.
And thank you for listening. We will see you on the next deep dive.